Greetings, grasshoppers. This is your RJ, and I am so happy to be here today with you. Listen, this is a total side note, but if you were able to catch the Aaron Strayer show today, you just caught a ball of electricity and a lady talking about making money from speaking engagements. I'm a huge fan of that show, and I just gotta say, go check out the Aaron Strayer show today if you haven't already. Now, this is Black Belt Bots. My name is RJ Redden, and today we are going to talk about, of course, my obsession, my one true passion in life. Well, I wouldn't call it that, but my obsession with Facebook Messenger bots and how they can help make your marketing outstanding. And today we're also going to talk a little bit about zombies, because you know what? Sometimes we just need to have some fun over here, okay? Anyway, I would like to encourage you, if you're not watching me on the Black Belt Bots page, go ahead and hit that link in the post. There's a link right there that says to join us and comment live. Pop in so that I can see and answer your comments and your questions, because I just love to do that. Franco is here and Aaron is here. Well, that is what we need. Hello, my darlings, and welcome. So very good. So today we're talking a little bit about zombies and how they're very much like marketing methods. I came up with this title. It must have been a dream. I don't know, but sometimes I like to go a little bit of a different way in explaining things. And so today with the zombies, here is what is very alike. Between zombies, when you do a comparison between zombies and traditional marketing methods, and when I say traditional, I mean most everything that's out there right now. I'm including digital marketing in that. I'm including, papers that you receive in the mail. I am talking about robocalling. I once worked for a place that did that. God, it was awful. So many angry people. Anyway, robocalling, any kind of marketing method you can think about, is much like a zombie in two ways. One, we got one focus. We got one care in the world, and that's all we care about. And anything that happens along the way is fine, but really, we just have that one focus. For zombies, it's brains, but for most marketers, it is, and a lot of marketing out there is just really focused on when money changes hands, when somebody buys something. It's not really built around building a solid relationship. If you look at a lot of marketing methods out there, Lindsay's here. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. When you look at a lot of the marketing methods out there, if you were to scroll Facebook and see, who's holding the webinar on what, you'd see a lot of simple formulas. Take these email templates and grow your business by $150,000 this month. I did, all of those kinds of simple 7-step systems and blueprints and all of this other stuff kind of for success. A lot of that is just really built on driving people towards the money, driving people towards a payment of some kind. Maybe it's a small product at first, and then it kind of trips up the chain, right? And all of that is fine. All of that is fine stuff. It's just that folks have really forgotten a lot about humanity and connection, being real with people, offering them something of value, and then not asking them to make a financial commitment to you. A lot of people have forgotten kind of about those methods because they're not, well, let me just say, it's not easy. It's not easy to use methods that, are a little bit more subtle in their approach. Marketing is messenger marketing using the bots that I use. It's very subtle in its approach. I mean, I would say more subtle than traditional marketing methods. It's about meeting people where they're at. It's about seeing, the vision of what they want to do, whether it's buy a product or use a service or something like that, whatever it is. It's meeting people where they're at and helping people along the way, and not necessarily expecting, stuff out of it. It's not a simple system. Bots are highly customizable and highly personal to each individual and or company that I build them for. And that is absolutely the point of it. That's absolutely the point of it. I don't want to build bots, and you don't want to build bots either, that are just a generic copy of somebody else's plan. You don't want to put anything forth that's a generic copy of somebody else's personality. You don't want to do any of that. And yeah, that messenger marketing is just so very different. I did a teeny little, like a 5-minute podcast yesterday. Many of you know I was ill last week. And I sent out a little message on Thursday saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to do the show today. I'm not feeling too well. And I was shocked because really I was just informing everybody I'm going to be off the air today. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you on Tuesday. The messages that I got back it was incredible. I've never gotten a message back when I've sent out stuff like that. I've gotten, maybe a little, oh, we'll miss you, we'll see you Tuesday or whatever. But I've never had, RJ, please get well. Can't wait to hear you again. I've never had personal messages like that. And I got them all through. I think I got maybe 1 or 2 on the public page, but most of it I got through the bot. And it was like, whoa. Like, I talk all the time on this show about, let's take marketing and turn it on its ear. Let's take marketing and do everything exactly opposite to the way most marketing is done and make people feel cared about, right? I didn't expect that one day I would be the one who felt cared about using a marketing method. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that is, that's kind of the first thing when I'm thinking about marketing these days. It's not using the sleazy methods of old, right? The bait and switch, the 7 steps to world domination. I have a document called 87 Steps to World Domination. It's a joke document, but it's not a quick and easy way out. And messenger marketing does not have the single focus that most other marketing does. Most other marketing, hey, Aaron, I love those little smiley faces. The thing is, when you've got that one focus and nothing else matters, you feel like you're really going far and making progress. Oh, look, this is what kind of crowd I've built around myself. Oh, look at the numbers on my Facebook page or my Instagram account or, whatever it is, right? Oh, look at me. This is great. It feels like you're making a lot of progress. But how many people are really engaging with you? How are you measuring that engagement? I did a show on that a while back, about measuring engagement differently. It's because the messenger bots have a lot more focus than just maybe somebody will pay me someday. What they're doing is offering people something of value, not offering your entire crowd the same amount of value. Some people want to hear about this product, some people don't. So some people don't hear from you this week. Not beating people over the head with stuff, but providing them value, providing them exploration and discovery options within the bot that will help them kind of figure out what it is, what relationship do they want to build with you. Hello, Cheryl. Good to see you today. So fabulous that you dropped by. Thank you so much. So the bots have a lot of focuses, and a lot of it A lot of it really kind of goes around, let's build a solid relationship. Let's get to know each other. Let's figure out where on the spectrum that this person is. Maybe this person is going to be a friend. Maybe they're going to be a collaborator, very exciting. Maybe they're going to be a referral person, also very exciting. How many of you have been to a networking meeting, whether it's online or whether it's in person, and the only requirement to get into this thing is, a payment of some kind, and now you have all these people on a list, and so you recommend somebody off a list and things go badly. I've done this. I'm no longer in that kind of a group anymore, because what I want to do is I want to refer people that I know, because I want that stuff to go well. And messenger marketing helps me get to know the people that are around me. It doesn't always translate into a sale. That's perfectly fine. Many of you, if you're entrepreneurs, you may have heard of or read Daniel Laporte. And about I can't remember the name of the book right at this moment, but it's a book about, getting your schedule full and all of that kind of stuff. Pack your schedule or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, the very first step, if I can recall correctly, is get rid of all of the clients that are not serving you well. Great step. A lot of people feel really good taking that step. It's a step I've had to take in the past, occasionally, with different businesses that I've had. But what if you never got those people to the table in the first place because you knew that maybe this isn't going to work out as well? What if you got to pick your clients? I'm in that spot. Oh yeah, Danielle Laporte, smoking awesome. Oh yeah, absolutely. Erin agrees. She's all about relationships too. She's also all about elevating others, which is another reason to go watch her show. Anyway, I'm gonna stop doing that, Erin. You're probably blushing. I totally spent the first full minute talking about your show that you just had today. Anyway, so that first step, get rid of problem clients. You're holding on to a relationship that isn't great. What if you were in a position that you could pick the people that you work with, that you could get to know them through a bot, that you could have conversations with them, take those conversations inside the bot, move them outside the bot, have those conversations, further the relationships, and by that time who you want to work with and who you don't. Red flags a lot before then. And that's something that my bot has given me, and I help other people with that as well. Oh yeah, totally. Go back and see it, Erin. It was a great show today. Anyway, bots have a ton of different focuses. I would say the overriding feature of it all is, for me, it's building those relationships. Offering value is a part of that. Creating a connection is a part of that. Being able to respond to people when they need something or when they have a question is a part of that. I was working along this morning, doing my thing, surfing around to everybody's shows and doing my thing. And I had one of my clients ping in, and he was actually demonstrating my bot to the staff that he is working with, some of the directors at the company that he's working with. And he was demonstrating it, and he pinged in, and I got my little message in ManyChat, and I went right over to live chat and said, "Hey, what do you need? How you doing?" And he's like, "Hey, can we see, a little bit more of," and I said, "Would you just like my Zoom link and I'll present to your people?" And he's like, "That would be great." So I spent about 15 or 20 minutes talking through some folks about bots. That kind of responsiveness doesn't come with email. Why? People are looking askance at email. We talk about this all the time. I avoid opening my inbox. I relegate it to certain times of day because I don't want it to be a constant distraction. I don't want it to be, well, I'm a little bored with what I'm working on, so let's go see what's in the email. I keep it closed except for certain times of the day. A lot of people do inbox zero, which is you open it once an hour or you open it twice a day or whatever you decide. And you either file it or delete it or take action on it right away or assign it. You know, the point is to get your emails down to zero. A lot of people have practices like that built in around email. There are times that somebody emails me and I'll flag it and I'll get to it a couple of days later. You know what I'm saying? But with a bot, it alerts me right now that somebody needs something and I can connect and pick up that conversation and do whatever needs to be done. That's a powerful example of what bots can do for you. Franco says, fire clients. Yes, do it and drop the crap. There's so much baggage there, isn't there, Franco? There's so much, I'm hanging on to this because reasons or whatever. The thing is, every client is an opportunity cost. And I'm sure they talk about this in Danielle Laporte's book. I'm sure. But just if you're able to free yourself up enough to have an opportunity to work with somebody you really want to work with. And I'll tell you, the way that I write my bot and the way that I help clients write their bots is that you do get to know where a person's focus is. What do they really want out of this relationship? You can identify those people that you want to work with and be able to take those on as clients. Aaron says, I do that with my email too. Open at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. only. Sure. Email's a place we go to work. It's just a place we go to work. For me, Messenger is so much more immediate and it's so much more, it's just so much more right there. I'm reachable through Messenger. I'm reachable immediately. Well, not all the time. Sometimes I'm sitting in a meeting or something. But that's the truth. So zombies, shamblers of all kinds. Not really the Walking Dead type. That's a little gory for me. I don't gore too much. But zombies, they have one focus. Your bot needs to have many, many focuses. And here's the other thing. There's the secondary deal with zombies, and this is a thing that everybody wants in marketing is to go viral, right? You want to go viral. You want to wake up and have a crowd tomorrow. Let me tell you, I'm going to be controversial. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want to all of a sudden be performing for a crowd. You want to be able to do your business. You want to be able to take the people that are gathering around you and develop a personal relationship. There was a study that came out a couple of years ago. I think it was Facebook centric, and they were talking about how many connections, like real actual connections, can a person really have? And the answer was, I think it was something about around 150. That it's impossible to keep track of how many relationships we have. Beyond a certain point, it just becomes ridiculous. People become numbers. People become a mass sea of something. Having a mass sea of something is not what I want to do. I want to help. I want to find the right people, and I want to change their business. I want to change the way that they market. I want to outsmart normal marketing procedures. That's what I want to do. And bots help me find those people. Going viral isn't necessarily a great thing. Going viral, look at how many people are here. Vanity metrics have betrayed small business owners, I think, from the beginning. It's not a great way to start. You know what's a great way to start? Locating the ladder rung above you and climbing one. Just climb one with me. Climb one. We'll climb the next one when we get to it. But no, when I meet people who are worried about getting sheer numbers into their bot so that they can then broadcast and get a few sales out of those numbers. I usually know that that's not a relation. They're not looking for what I'm looking for. That's not the kind of bots that I build. So yeah, that's the second concern of zombies. And it's not really a concern, because it's just sort of a natural happening. Messenger seems more personal and on purpose. It really is. So I'll admit to you something right now. I'm a person who occasionally has considered some conversations important enough to rehearse a little bit. Have you ever done this? Have you ever had an important conversation coming up and you kind of rehearse it a little bit in your head? I know how much words matter. And it's not just the words, it's the inflection of the tone. It is how approachable you are as a human being. It's about, it's not about, I'm going to make this point now. I'm just waiting for that other person to be done. It's about, what is that person really saying? Do I understand it correctly? And can I move the conversation to be more in line with what needs to happen next? That's what conversations are all about. And that's what messenger marketing is all about. When you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, it's taking all those conversations maybe that you've rehearsed and putting it into a format that people find easy to relate to. Format, obviously everybody's already looking there. There's so many people on Messenger these days. Folks are already looking there. Why not put your best foot forward? Craft a conversation that you'd like to be in. That is the important and key point here for sure. Aaron says, oh my God, yes, of course I do, when it's super important. Yes, I do as well. I've got a presentation coming up a little bit later today with a business group. And those, I've been rehearsing in my head certain points of it and thinking, okay, do say this, do say this, do say this. Because here's the thing with a conversation, right? Unless you're recording it, like this is being recorded, you really don't even, you just kind of have your impression about how it went. When you craft a conversation in a messenger bot, you can look at every beat of that thing. You can rewind, you can go back, you can go forward, you can look at things again, you can put an image there and okay, run it again and now see how it looks. It's like when you're doing video, right? Our Franco is here so he can concur. When you're doing video, you got a chance to get it all right the first time. When you're crafting a conversation in the messenger bot, you have a chance to get it all right the first time. You have a chance to make people feel comfortable, give them something of value, make them feel like a VIP. You only have to craft that conversation once, and it can run 1,000 times. That's the power of it. That's really the power of it for me. Stephen Healy says hello, and I say, Stephen Healy, I think you rock. Hello, glad you're here. Aaron says, I have a presentation Friday that I've been rehearsing in my head for too. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. When you get in front of a crowd, you've got a very little amount of time to stick them to the message, to interest them. And that time runs out and you really don't get that chance back because we are a distractible people, if you know what I'm saying. What was that? Anyway, we're all very distractible. You've got a few seconds, just like you have a few seconds with your website. You've got a few seconds with your messenger marketing. You've got a few seconds to stick people. In a speech, in a presentation, you can always absolutely craft those first few sentences of what you're going to say. But, unless you have the memory of who has a memory, you probably haven't memorized the 20 to 30 minutes that you're up there talking. And you miss some things every once in a while, and maybe you'll miss a crucial point, or maybe you'll say something wrong. With messenger marketing, you can craft that conversation to be, and you can tweak it as you go. You can throw it out there to a few people, see the reaction, and tweak it. And keep tweaking it until it's awesome. Keep tweaking it until it's you, until it's approachable, until every time somebody hits on that thing, you are developing a relationship with people, whether it be a business relationship or a personal relationship or both. It just doesn't matter. It's all about building relationships. So, yeah, Franco, miss things all the time. Absolutely. Here's the thing about me speaking, and someday maybe some of you will see it, but I get up there, and even this is true right now. I am nervous as hell. I am sweating on the inside. You know what I'm saying? People always tell me I look like a pro, but I don't know where I got that. And whatever. That's wonderful, but I am sweating all the time when I'm giving a speech. So imagine being able to get it right. Imagine being able to craft your conversation so that you are identifying who's going to be a cool person for me to collaborate with down the road. Or who needs something that I'm not offering, and am I willing to offer that thing right now? Especially folks who are, building things right now. Maybe you've got a program that's going to launch in a couple of weeks or a month or something like that. Or maybe you're taking a new direction in your business. Getting feedback on what people are actually thinking is so crucial during that stage, because otherwise you're building in a vacuum. I cannot tell you how many classes I have built online to have 6 people sign up. And that's it. Ever. And 6 people is a great number for me. I can't tell you how many times I've done that because I've always built in a vacuum. Okay, these are who I think my people are. I'm usually pretty right about that demographic, but here's what I think they want. Shoot, darlings. If you are not getting a whole lot of feedback during that process from, maybe a little focus group that you've put together of people in your target market, or, some people who are willing to be objective with you, if you don't have that, you're going to build in a vacuum. And when you build in a vacuum and you launch something and all you hear is crickets, as entrepreneurs, that's the worst feeling in the world. It's the worst feeling in the world. With a messenger bot, you can do it differently. You can test things on people. You can do what's called A/B testing in your bot, which is you send half of the traffic down path A, you send half of the traffic down path B, and then you compare results and go, okay, which one was responded to better? People do that all the time with landing pages and stuff. It's great. It's fabulous. Whatever. You can do that in a bot. You can test out a message. You can ask people what they think of this type of a class. Is that interesting? You can do that stuff. If you've connected with people, if you've given them some value, if you ask them a question, they'll answer. It's not like facing a huge form that you've got to fill out online, or maybe somebody's gotten you on the phone on one of those traps. Oh, this will only take about 5 minutes. Yeah, no. 30 minutes later, you're answering the same question over again, and you're going, this is dumb. I gotta go. People don't get trapped in a messenger bot because messenger bots allow people respect and space. The good ones do. It allows people room to move and freedom to make a choice. And because of that, the interaction is so much more valuable than just a view or a like on the page or a click somewhere. It's so much more important and valuable because they have a choice in the matter. And when people choose you over and over and over again, a relationship is developed. That's what we want. That's our point with messenger bots. There's no other point. We are outsmarting normal marketing. That's what we're doing here. So now I'm going to tell you another secret. Messenger bots can absolutely be zombie-like as well. I've run into quite a few. It's part of my business to seek out what other people are doing with bots and to take a look at what people are doing and kind of measure it against what I'm doing and how I want to be with my bot, So I've run into some bots out there that only have one point to them, And that's that you buy something from them or join their membership or, do whatever it is they want you to do. That next step, right? Example, a real bad quiz on a fitness site that I took a while ago. I was on bots.co, botlist.co, and you can hit on several bots there and see what people are doing in bots. That's where I do a lot of research. Ran into this website. They had a quiz on inside the messenger bot on the website. I answered less than 5 questions. The questions were very vague as to what I'm eating right now and how much I'm exercising. Very vague questions. And then at the end of 5 questions, they popped me out a very general answer that I already knew. Yeah, carbs are bad for you. It doesn't take a quiz to determine that kind of information. And then right away, it was sign up for our membership site. And I didn't hit the button because, of course, I didn't want to do that. 20 minutes later, I get a second offer. I get someone telling me, and it's the bot, I know it's not a real person. I get somebody on there saying, well, our free membership's about to end, you guys. So you probably should sign up. It's free, and it's closing in a couple of days. And another link. Okay. 2 hours later, yet another offer to join this thing. And I'm like, okay, hey, you've shown me no reason that I would want to hear from you again. Do not waste my time. Nobody wants wasted time, right? So what this messenger bot, it was the zombie experience. It was buy from me, buy from me. It wasn't saying buy from me. It was saying join our membership group. But of course, if you join the membership group, there's a level above that they want you to go to. It's a one-track mind. Avoid your bot being a one-track mind. Have a purpose, absolutely. But if that one-track mind is you're going to buy from me, you want to stop. Maybe you don't want to do that in a bot. Maybe you want to choose a different marketing method for that. Maybe you want to do that because that kind of thing comes across as completely insensitive about a topic a lot of people are embarrassed to talk about, for one thing. It comes across as completely insensitive and all about the person selling and nothing about that person who had a few questions and maybe wanted to find something out of value. So, I mean, there are a ton of bad examples out there. That's just one of them that comes to mind that has that zombie feature. Buy my stuff, instead of saying brains, it's buy my stuff. People don't want to buy your stuff. I hate to break this to you. And maybe you need to sit down to hear this. Take a seat. People don't come on the internet to buy stuff from you. They want you to help them. They want to know if you're the person that they can trust to help them with a problem. I said a very important word in there. I'm totally getting on a soapbox today. I hope y'all don't mind. I said an important word in there, and that word is trust. I know for myself, I've been a teacher for a long, long time. I've taught in lots of different situations. Most recently, I'm teaching up at the university, 1 class a year. I teach people bots all the time. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher since I was in kindergarten or first grade, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm a teacher, and I know that unless you trust me to teach you something, I can drop knowledge all day and it won't work. It won't work. It's like dropping seeds on a parking lot. Nothing's going to grow. Nothing's going to grow. It doesn't matter how many seeds you drop. It doesn't matter if rain, torrential thunderstorm falls from the sky, and Noah has to build an ark. It doesn't matter. If people don't trust you, you can't teach them anything. If you're using a bot to educate, you need to know that fact so that you can be that person that people trust and be that person that people turn to when they need it and when they want it. So anyway, box of Tide, cast aside. For now, I may get on it later. I'm short. Anyway, so there's that example, and then there is the share me example. This is a pattern that I think a lot of live streamers go through as well. I'm a live streamer. I know the culture. I know the people. I love the community. But one trap that we all fall into is share the show. And I respect why people are asking that. I know why, and I know that sharing the show can be effective. But here's the deal. If I'm on your show for the first time and if I've been there for 5 seconds, I don't know why I should be sharing it. I haven't gotten the value yet. We haven't developed that trust yet together. I never share. I never share unless I know that I'm sharing something of value. Because when I talk, people listen. It's because I'm not talking all the time. When I talk, people sure that I'm sharing something of value. Same principle when you get to a website and you've been reading for under 5 seconds and a message pops up that you should get on the email list. If I haven't received something of value, I'm not going to sign up for your list. And 5 seconds is not a long time, people. Not a lot of people can read a whole lot of sentences within 5 seconds. So these are things to keep in mind. If the point of it is either buy my stuff or share me, buy my stuff or go viral, then maybe what you got is some zombie marketing on your hands. People are tired of this method. People are tired of this tactic. People want to move on to new and different stuff. I don't blame them. I'm the same exact way. I want to move on to something where I'm creating a connection, where I don't feel sleazy saying, "Hey, I've got a service that'll totally fit your need. You want to hear about it?" I want that offer to be natural as all hell. I want that thing to come out super smooth because I want to feel comfortable in my own skin when I'm marketing my business. Is that so much to ask? You know, one of the reasons I fell in love with bots is that this is such an agreeable way to market. I have spent my entire life with people telling me this. You need to be more assertive. You need to be less of a wallflower, all of that kind of advice. And especially if you're a small business owner and you're looking at ways to market yourself digitally on the internet and also in person type stuff. Gosh, you guys, in person, I clam up and find a seat and a beverage. I am not great at that kind of stuff, actually. I'm better at presenting than I am actually, in person, like meeting people sometimes. I'm a shy person. I always have been. It makes marketing that much harder. And when you've got a bunch of people saying, well, if you really wanted it, then you would email your list every 48 hours. Listen to me. You don't have to do that anymore. You can choose to pick up ManyChat and bots by yourself. Maybe you're one of those folks that takes that stuff and runs with it. I certainly did. In that case, head to manychat.com, grab the pro account, do yourself a favor because the features are really worth it. It's $10 a month. You're cool. Don't worry about it. Go take it on. If you want some help, I'm here. But let me say, you just don't have to go by the zombie marketing methods anymore. Okay. I step back onto my Tide box again. I'm sorry, you guys. Build trust and cross-post. Huge, Stephen Healy. This is huge. So it's said that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with your friends. Go with other people who can help you. Building community and building one-on-one relationships. We've talked about that. This is easy to do in a bot. All you need to do is broadcast people a question every once in a while, or reach out to people individually and say, hey, I see that you're stuck, or hey, you're doing a damn good job in that class. So happy to have you. You're, reaching out to people individually, building relationships individually is very valuable and cool and important. But what if you could exponentially create relationships and communities that you crave? Groups that you are like, I've got to see what's happening in there today. I don't want to miss anything. I love those people. Would you want to be a part of that? Most of us are in groups, 20,000 of them probably on Facebook, that either don't post very much or for whatever reason, we're just sort of mentally tuned out of. What if you could create a community that was like that? Stephen is the master of build, trust, and cross post. And if you want to know more about that, just turn on the internet and you'll probably see Stephen Healy, because we kid him about how much he live streams, but it really is effective. He's built a lot of relationships over the years and has been the head of some really great community efforts. That type of stuff builds business as well. It's maybe not as, it's maybe not as look at me. Stephen's not a look at me guy, never has been, but it's effective. It's effective at building community. It's effective at educating people, and it is effective. Aaron says, I play the long game, relationship, trust, crowd sharing. Yeah. You know what? I am not in this to make a pile of money and go sip something on the beach. I'm not. I'm in this because I absolutely could not stand sitting behind a desk, getting all of my ideas ignored, producing stuff that was, producing marketing that was basically annoying people. I absolutely could not stand working in a company one more day. I got the chance to be free of it. Now I'm here. I get to choose how I spend my time. I don't want to continue with all of those marketing methods that made me feel terrible at my old job. I want to do something new. I want to do something dynamic and fascinating. And that has led me to be friends with some of the coolest people on earth, which also happen to be my clients. It just happened that way, kids. I don't know how it happened. Anyway, that's my zombie show. I hope you liked it. Every once in a while, I like to take off in a weird direction and just muse for a while. But I have got some outstanding topics coming up. Tomorrow, I am going to hang out with Stephen Healy. We are going to be building the bot for the live video hub. Always a great thing. And hey, if you folks have any questions, by the way, about anything I've been saying, please don't be shy and toss it in the comments. If you are shy, I understand. I'm shy too. Why don't you type live? Type live. You'll get reminders for every time I go on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Central. You'll not only get that, but you'll have the chance to ask me. You'll have the chance to ask me a question, and I will come on and answer it for you. You'll have the chance to make an appointment too if you want to have a little strategy session around bots, or just have an AMA, ask me anything. All of that is fine with me. If you want to know more about bots, I want to get to know you. That's the bottom line of it. So type live to get reminders, and you can take my free mini course if you want. You can ask me a question if you want. You can do all kinds of things in my bot. And that's all for now. Tomorrow I'm going to be on live with Stephen. That's 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We missed last week because I had a family engagement. It was hella fun. I'll tell you all about it. On Thursday, I'm going to be right here again, 1 o'clock CST. And that's kind of the rest of the week's schedule. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my people, because I love you people. And that is no joke. Thanks for being in my world. And that's it for now. I will see you in a bot.